Good afternoon, honorable judges and esteemed participants. Welcome to Zumi Talkies Day 2. So Zumi Talkies, for those of you who don't know, is one of the competition hosted and coordinated by the Bahasa family to celebrate Eksbusa.
So in Zumi Talkies, we have two judges here, Mr. Johannes Matekowi SPD and Ms. Putri Kenanga Arumulandari SPD. But because some reasons, they can't join us.
So without any further ado, let us begin the first session of Day 2. Those of you who are not in the first session, please leave the Zoom meeting. We will call on you shortly before your session begins.
Before we get any started, can I have a question?
Yeah, of course.
Can I have the link to the video?
Mr. Leo, can we have the link? Okay, thank you. Maybe just send it on the chat of the Zoom.
For the first session, we have Michael Tulus, Octaviani, and Gabriel Carolinate. We will begin this session with Michael Tulus. The Zoom is yours whenever you're ready.
So I can start now?
Yes, you can start now.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and in this case, my fellow friends. My name is Michael Tulus from Grade 10 Economics 3, and today I'm going to talk about how to respond to influence of foreign culture to our country. So as you all know, that Indonesia has so many privileges. It is a country that is made of up to 17,000 islands. Therefore, it is a diverse country from language, human race, culture, and many more. Moreover, Indonesia's geographical location is very economic and strategic, which attracts foreigners to come and visit our country as entrepreneurs to do business, and tourists to see the beautiful natures of ours. Indonesia itself also a rich country full of crude oil, coals, even a 40 million hectare forest that provides millions of trees. And as a result of that, Indonesia has so many sources of income and has attracted many foreigners to visit or even move. People around the globe has so many different cultures as how they interact with another and how they live their lives. Which is why it is great for us to learn about many local foreign cultures. It makes us know more about the world and people around us. It can help us to develop our country and allows us to be open to criticism in order to be better in life. For example, music industry has spread around the globe. It has been modified from genre into another language, and these kinds of things can inspire our Indonesian singers to make more creative music in their own style, or maybe they can even work together. Learning more cultures helps us to respect others and understand different perspectives. Like how Indonesian and foreign governments work together and make good results in politics, like providing troops, or maybe in this pandemic, where they can share knowledge and how to prevent this virus. All that happens because of good interaction between one and another. As we learn more about foreign cultures, we realize that it can slowly prevent racial and overcome ethnic division. For example, racial division can lead to misunderstandings until violence. People can suffer from both financial and human resources. Mostly employees who work outside the country. But by knowing this and we learn more, we can eliminate this kind of racism from any workplace. By learning more cultures, we can also increase our creativity, chance to try new food, fashion, tradition, and maybe places we have never even been before. And from that, it gives us more experience, valuable stories, and lesson from the people around us. But on the other hand, when we talk about everything in this world has both positive and negative sides. The idea was actually to learn and combine both culture to make a better world. But reality will not always happen based on the expectations. Many cultures have been entering Indonesia for years. If we realize, it slowly takes the position of our own, and that could be a disaster for the people of ours. It may cause a confusion of our own identity, of not having enough knowledge of our own culture, and we will have no value on traditional culture from the ancestors, such as music, arts, or maybe dance. For example, where most designer brands are all made outside the country, mostly in Italy, where Indonesians started wearing them and probably forgot that we have our own tradition, like batik. It is totally fine and great if we learn more and explore the world, but it is not when we forgot about our own. As I said earlier, it could cause any problem, as Indonesia itself can be back into a dependent country, and none of us wants that. Talking about good quality stuff such as bags or shoes, Indonesia have been working on it and starting to have good quality brands. And from that, we can always look for local products. As in Korea, famous as its music and movie industry, known as K-pop or K-drama, those bring big influence to the world, including Indonesia. And from that, it is great to learn about them. And it can help us to develop our own country, like maybe taking some knowledge or what they do and apply it here. Like technology, it has been a tool since the 2000s that really works and changed the world. However, owing to the globalization, the technology has developed rapidly and influenced the young ones in Indonesia. And we can see that Indonesians have the access on the internet from big, small, even rural areas. And in that way, it allows them to know about more foreign habits and culture, as well as language, foods, fashion, and so forth. For instance, things that Indonesian think as taboo will not be viewed as taboo anymore due to those foreign cultures. So before it's too late for us, we better start changing our mindsets to make Indonesia a better country, as to interact with more foreigners, make better stuff, do better in business, and most important thing, to make Indonesia an advanced country. That is all I can say today. Thank you for listening.
Wow, that was a wonderful speech from Michael Toulouse. So moving forward, we have our next participant, Octaviani. The Zoom is yours whenever you're ready.
Okay. Good afternoon to the honorable juries, participants, and all the audience of Santa Maria Senior High School, Surabaya. My name is Octaviani Gwenda Putri from 10 Social 1. First of all, let's pray to the God because of His blessing we are able to attend this English speech contest even though it is online. I would also like to say many thanks to the juries and MC who have given me opportunity to deliver an English speech in front of you all. So on this occasion, I would like to discuss about impact of using gadgets on Indonesian children and their language. In the 21st era, technological developments are very advanced, especially in the field of communication and information. Many of the latest innovations that have emerged and are increasingly sophisticated. One of them is a gadget. We certainly already know that now almost everyone, especially children, already uses gadgets. With the gadgets that are used, of course, these gadgets inadvertently can affect the children who use it and can also have an impact on the use of these gadgets. In this era, children love to follow trends. One of them is the language trend. Many slang or language that is trending and is widely used by children to communicate with people around them. The slang is certainly good and bad to say to people. Most children can know the language because it comes from the gadgets they use, more precisely from social media. Usually, these languages are found in funny videos or in a writing mode by someone so that the language becomes more attractive to both viewers and readers. But there are still many children who can't tell which slang is appropriate or not to communicate with people. In addition to the influence of gadgets on the language used by children, the use of gadgets on children can have a negative effect if their use is not restricted, and over time is the child will become addicted and cannot be separated from the gadget. Well, research also says that if someone is too addicted to gadgets, he or she will get nomophobia, which is the fear that occurs because someone has to part with their smartphone. For example, anxieties that arise if they lost the smartphone, run out of battery, or maybe have no signal. And in addiction to gadgets makes children not focus on learning. They prefer gadgets rather than study. Sometimes they get distracted by checking text message, playing game, or just checking their social media. In the end, this attitude can also affect their academic achievement to decline. Addiction to gadgets can also affect the health of the eyes and can reduce brain capture or memory of children. Social interaction with the surrounding environment is also an influence on children because they are addicted to gadgets. They will become more indifferent to their surroundings. But we also can just see that gadgets only have a negative impact. We can see the positive side of using gadgets for children. The existence of gadgets can train children to think critically and also stimulate children's ability to think creatively. In addition, more and more information is being obtained, not only from textbooks, but information can also be obtained from various other applications, such as from Google and other learning applications such as Ruang Guru, Kuiper, PalmMivy, and etc. Then, with the gadget made for entertainment media such as online games that are played when children are bored or for learning. Then, gadgets can be used to improve children's ability to manage time. Many applications can help them to be more organized in managing their time in study. For example, such as Google Drive, Moodle, Calendar, Alarm, or Edmodo, and etc., which are used to organize children's learning time so that they can be more punctual in learning and set priority scales in doing their tasks. Therefore, the most important thing in using gadgets is how children use gadgets and not abuse these gadgets. Take advantage of these gadgets for positive things and not use gadgets for negative things, which ultimately have a negative impact on him and can harm others. But parents also have a role to supervise their children in using gadgets. Such is the speech that I can discuss on this occasion. I apologize to everyone if there are deficiencies and mistakes in the words I say. So thank you for your attention and good afternoon.
And that was Octavian's speech. Very impressive. Thank you, Octavian. Continuing, we have our next participant, Gabriel Carolinate. Zoom is yours whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm pretty sorry, but we need to wait Gabriel Carolina to tie her hair. So maybe we can give her a time. Thank you. Thank you, Gabriel.
Oh, it's my turn now?
Yes, it's yours.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gabriel Carolina Chu, and I am from 10 Social 2 grade. And today, I want to explain about preserving local culture amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, in this COVID-19 pandemic that happening over 7 months has troubled our activity, such as work, study, and everything else. It made us cannot do our daily activity, and we must work from home right now. Up till now, everything goes online now. This pandemic gave us an impact from some factors. One of them are our local culture. For the example, we can make any show about local culture because the pandemic we cannot go anywhere. In this situation, in order to work in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic that's still happening in Indonesia, we must move on to adaptation with digital or tech so that we can still preserving our local culture in this pandemic. There are a few things that I want to saying about local culture. So first thing first, we can use modern tech to share and spread our local culture. For the example, just like we can use YouTube channel to make a live streaming about culture, so that anyone can watching it without going anywhere. Even the previous video, we can repeat it again and again. Second, we also can studying about more local culture at the internet that has been provided by the website. There are many information about our culture. So in this pandemic, I am pretty sure that we have a spare time left, so we can use it. We can use the spare time left to dig more information as a knowledge about our culture, because it is very important to us know about our own culture so that we can preserving from foreign culture. Then we can use a tech to make an online shop. We can preserving our culture too with selling our local batik, such as batik in the online shop, so that we can showing our local culture to around the world and make our culture be admired by everyone. So also it make people might interesting about batik too. And and then we can use our another spare time left to make something or crafting, such as make a puppet from a cardboard, make a local culture sandals with batik carving on it, and there is so many about it and everything else. When we going to when we doing this activity, we also can learn more about our culture, about our cultural crafts, on how is the procedure of making the technical and anything else. And I think that's all from me about how to preserving local culture amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you for all your attention, and thank you.
Thank you, Karina, for that spectacular speech. Well, it seems that the first session has come to an end. So, we have 15 minutes break time in which we ask you not to leave the Zoom meeting. We also like to thank the participants for joining. You can leave the Zoom now, and we wish you good luck. Thank you for joining Zoomy Talkies.
So we can
Okay,
leave now.
yes, you can leave now. Thank you very much
Thank
for joining.
you.
Good
Oh
luck.
yes,
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Good afternoon,
Thank
everybody.
you. Goodbye.
Ah, aku salah.
Kak Liv ya. Bye.
Ya, thank you. Bye-bye.
Kok nanti tak jalan lagi ya, mau ngecas.
Oh ya, oke. Sampai 12.35 ya. Udah.
menit. Astaga, tadi tuh aku juga salah baca, anjir, asem. Oh my god. Session 2. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Alright, we finished today. Rambutku lho cendek sakmene. Tuh, mesti jadi kuncir.
Ya nggak apa-apa lah. Kita udah minta dia udah cuci rambut juga. Mr. Leo, can I ask something? Iya, Mister, ini break 5 menit, 12.35 kita mulai. 12.35, terus selesainya di jam 1:05, istirahat 5 menit, mulai 1:10. 1:10, sesi 3 1 lebih 10 sampai 1:40. Eh, Mister beberapa ini karena ada kendala sebentar, kita tunggu 5 menit lagi nggak masalah ya? Ini apa? Ini kan ada perubahan jadwal barusan. Nah, yang timer yang seharusnya habis ini tuh saya coba kontak dari tadi nggak bisa-bisa. Akhirnya saya minta yang sesi 3 buat masuk dulu. Jadi masih nunggu yang sesi 3 masuk dulu ya. Oke, thank you Mister. Kenapa? Timernya yang gantiin Theo sekarang. Ini dia lagi masuk, lagi OTW. Oke, thank you Mister. Ini sudah pada nunggu saya admit semua ya. Oke, panitia on cam-nya.
I don't know. I'm not sure about the schedule. Says here 12:35 till 13 past 5. And
You're in a correct section.
so what?
Wait.
I'm just wondering. Can I have my speech at 7 minutes or like?
Of course, you can have for.
Okay. That's it. Sorry. Good morning, judges and all my friends. My name is Michael Hamill, and I'm from 12 Social 1. So today's topic is about how to respond to foreign cultures. Now, it's not only us that's facing this problem, but actually the rest of the world is facing this problem too. So what is the differentiate between us and the rest of the world? Well, first of all, we don't like changes. You don't believe me? Well, let me explain. The whole world is starting to accept this whole LGBTQ plus community. Well, us, we don't really like that. 1,000 years ago, I would agree. Right now, times have changed. Canada has legalized it. You can be gay and married to anyone. And then in the US, there's a whole parade about that. It's called Pride Month to raise awareness that, hey, it's okay being gay. In the UK too. Well, since this is like a pro and con thing, like I understand that a lot of people has a lot of topics and opinions about this. So let me just narrow it down. Let's speak about something that we all agree on, all right? The human rights. We all agree about the human rights, like we need that, right? Okay, in the human rights, it says that there is freedom of speech. But here, we don't really have that. You see, in Indonesia, when you speak your mind, there's a lot of things. Like there's certain things that you can't speak about. If I go to Canada, I just want to curse out my prime minister. Hey, Mr. Trudeau, man, I don't like the way you run this country, bro. In fact, I'd rather the dog run this country rather than you. Like that's up to me. I could call him bro, love, baby. It's all up to me. But in here, God forbid you speaking about that to the president. You try speaking like that to the like one of the officials, government officials, your name will be history, all right? Don't believe me? Najwa Sibab. She actually interviews an empty chair. So she interviews an empty chair about the government. It was the health minister. So the health minister actually didn't come. So then she just interviewed an empty chair. But then she said, the health minister of Indonesia is the most hands-off minister from the rest of the world. And along with other sarcastic jokes. So then right now, she actually has a case on her. Okay, is that like still too big, like the country? So let me just narrow it down again. Between us, me, you, us. Do you have a family in the village? It could be anywhere. Batu, Malang, Vigan, anywhere. Or just somewhere that you know. Well, if you do, then you'll realize this. You'll ever hear this. The more kids you have, the more blessings you'll have. I don't know about you, but that sounds a lot to me. Imagine meeting Bill Gates right in front of you. You would totally want to say hi, take a picture and all, right? So Bill Gates right in front of you, "Hey, Mr. Gates, really nice to meet you. Big fan. I love the things that you're doing, but I have a suggestion. You should probably have 10 more kids. That way, you'll be more richer." Because I don't know, maybe the gods see like, oh, this guy has like 10 more kids, I'd like better. There's 3 generations in one, so then we probably should bless him more. Like I don't understand the concept of it. Back then, sure, because back then there's hard labor and all. So I'll understand about that back then, because why would you pay kids? Why would you pay other people when you can pay your own kid? But that doesn't work, and that's because the world is moving forward. Now, my dad, he's Canadian. My mom, she's Indonesian. She's Asian. Imagine implementing that to my life, right? I need to be 100% this culture. I would have 5 sets of spoon just to eat dessert and a chopstick to eat rice. In China, if you burp, it means the food is great. In Canada, if you burp, it's just disrespectful. So imagine how hard my life will be. Why can't we just multiculture it? Like, why can't we just have both of them together? Now, it just amazed me how this actually brings a lot of concerns from government, schools, or just people in general. Like, this is very controversial, and I don't know why. I mean, like, they're always talking about, oh, the Western culture is gonna take over, so on. But what is it that's so bad about the Western culture? You're gonna tell me about the short skirts, the short pants, the short shirts, so on. But according to Oxford, in order for it to be a culture, it needs to be a way of life. You need to actually do it over and over between generations. So, did your great-grandmother wear short skirts? Did your grandma wear short skirts? Even better yet, did your mom wear short skirts? No, because that's not a culture. A culture needs a place where it originated from. For example, table manners originated from Italy. That's their culture. Drinking tea the right way. It's from Great Britain. That's their culture. But where did short skirt came from? Exactly. It's not a culture. It's a globalization. And it just amazed me how many people think that moving forward is actually really bad. I just think it's better for us to multiculturate, you know? Like, I don't want to sit here and tell everyone, I'm going to sit here to tell everyone, oh, we should filter cultures, take what's good. But I still think that way, like, I'll be changing the world. I'm not here to win something. I'm here to give my opinion, my intake about something. So I'm not gonna sit here to tell you what you want to hear, but sometimes the truth is hard. So again, acceptance, moving forward, multicultural, and we still can be Indonesians. We just can be better Indonesians. So thank you. That's all from me. My name is Michael Hamill. Thank you for listening. God bless.
Oh, well, that's a wonderful speech from Michael Hamill. So moving forward, we have our next participant, Jessica Aurelia Rudianto. The Zoom is yours whenever you're ready.
Okay. Good afternoon, dear teachers, my fellow contestants, and seniors. First of all, let's thank our God for His grace and blessings, so we can gather here and we're all in good health and condition. On this occasion, allow me to deliver a speech of mine. Today, I'm going to talk about the impact of using gadgets on Indonesian children and their language. As we know that children these days are attached to gadgets because they think playing gadget is fun. Parents might think that gadgets are bad for their children. It's true though. Gadgets are bad if they use it too much or are using them properly. But actually, gadgets have both positive impacts, such as to stimulate the child's ability to think creatively, train children's way of thinking to be more critical, and help children to stimulate their motor skills, and negative impacts, such as can lead to mental health problems, damaged eyesight, and changes in their language. The positive impacts are able to be elaborated are as follow. Firstly, gadgets stimulate the child's ability to think creatively. As technology develops, there are several applications that can train the balance between the child's left and right brain, so that it will be better honed. Choosing the right gadget can help the children's mind develop. The development of technology can trigger children to be able to think more creatively with bright ideas. Secondly, gadget can train children's way of thinking to be more critical. The development of technology day by day can help children to improve their cognitive abilities more significantly. This cognitive ability can help them improve their thinking skills in the future, including solving a problem. Good cognitive ability can also improve children's ability to make strategies, such as plans, frameworks, or lists to provide solutions. Thirdly, gadget can help children stimulate their motor skills. The American Academy of Pediatrics, or AAP, revealed that the presence of gadgets can also support children's growth and development in a positive direction, as long as they still need guidance from their parents. Children's motor skills can also improve because they are related to the movement of the body's muscles when using gadgets. Even the eye coordination and the movement of the fingers can be better trained when they're doing things. Well, as I said before, gadgets also have negative impacts to children. Firstly, gadgets can lead to mental health problems and behavior changes to depression. Being overly connected to gadget is not strongly suggested by the expert. The most prevalent mental health issues that are caused by gadgets are depression and anxiety. Sadly, children develop anxiety related to the struggling with basic instructions. They are alone at home when they are engaging in many of these activities, and their anxiety levels increase when they have to go out to the world. The more people are alone and isolated from others, the more likely they are to be depressed. A lot of people will tell you that they have a lot of friends. But when you dig deeper into these friendships, they are just based on people they know online. Secondly, gadgets can also reduce eyesight's system because of the exposure to light from the screen. This can also occur due to the waning blinking activity in the eyes. Blinking is the eyes' way of keeping it moist, so it can avoid irritation. Excessive and prolonged exposure to screens can cause a serious eye problems. It even has a name, computer vision syndrome. Symptoms include headaches, blurred vision, and dry eyes. These are caused by either the glare of digital screen, poor lighting, putting the screen too close to your eyes, or all of the above. Thirdly, gadgets can change child's language or the way they talk. Children can easily access many platforms of social media, such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and any other social media through gadgets. Social media can change the way children talk. How? When they're scrolling platforms, they watch other people do bad things like swearing and cursing, for example. By hearing and looking at those type of contents in social media can impact the child's language. At first, they probably think that cursing and swearing is a bad thing to do. But as time goes by, they will think that swearing and cursing is a normal thing to do because they frequently look at that type of contents. One of the real or most common example is children swearing in a group chat. Now that we all know that gadgets have both negative impact and positive impacts, so how can we prevent all of those negative impacts that are impacting the children? First, always keep an eye or supervise the children while they're on their gadgets. Second, make sure to guide the children when they're using their gadgets. Third, limit their time when they're using gadget. Fourth and last, make sure to socialize with them and give them attention.
And good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me. A performance art festival